Have you ever noticed that some people seem to attract success without constantly chasing it? They walk into opportunities with confidence. They remain calm while everyone else is panicking. Money finds them. Respect follows them. Peace never leaves them. People often call it luck. The Stoics called it character. More than 2,000 years ago, great philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus discovered timeless principles that transformed ordinary people into extraordinary individuals. These weren't magic tricks. They weren't secret rituals. They were daily habits that completely change the way a person thinks, and when your thinking changes, your entire life begins to change. Today's video reveals 10 Stoic rules that can completely transform your life, attract success, strengthen your mind, and help you create lasting wealth. If you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're ready to stop living below your potential, then stay until the end because rule number 10 is the one that separates ordinary people from those who quietly build extraordinary lives. Let's begin. Introduction, 1:30 to 3 o'clock. Welcome to Rise in Silence, the place where silence becomes strength, where discipline becomes freedom, and where ancient Stoic wisdom meets modern success. Stoicism is often misunderstood. Many people think Stoicism teaches people to hide emotions. That isn't true. Stoicism teaches mastery, not suppression. It teaches you how to control your reactions instead of allowing life to control you. When you become difficult to disturb, you become impossible to defeat. Success isn't attracted by desperate people. Success is attracted by disciplined people. Wealth isn't attracted by wishful thinking. It is attracted by wisdom, patience, and consistency. Today you'll discover 10 timeless Stoic rules that can reshape your life from the inside out. Let's begin with the first rule. Rule 1. Master yourself before you try to master the world. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Think about that. Most people spend their entire lives trying to control things they never can. They try to control other people's opinions. They try to control the economy. They try to control luck. They try to control their past. And because none of those things can truly be controlled, they become frustrated. The Stoic does something completely different. Instead of trying to control the world, he controls himself. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that nobody can ruin your peace unless you allow them. Imagine receiving criticism without feeling broken. Imagine losing money but never losing confidence. Imagine facing rejection but never doubting your worth. That's real power. Everything begins with self-mastery. Your habits, your words, your thoughts, your emotions, your discipline. If your emotions control your decisions, your future becomes unpredictable. But if wisdom controls your emotions, success becomes inevitable. Every wealthy person who built something meaningful first built discipline. Every respected leader first learned patience. Every powerful mind first conquered itself. Ask yourself today, am I trying to change the world? Or am I changing myself? Because the world begins to change the moment you do. Rule 2. Stop chasing everything. This may sound surprising. The more desperately you chase something, the faster it seems to run away. People chase money. People chase relationships. People chase popularity. People chase validation. And in their desperation, they lose themselves. The Stoics believe something completely different. Become valuable, and opportunities will begin chasing you. Think about a magnet. It doesn't run after metal. Its nature attracts it. Become like that. Instead of chasing wealth, become financially wise. Instead of chasing respect, become respectable. Instead of chasing love, become lovable. Instead of chasing success, become successful in your daily habits. Seneca believed that luck happens when preparation meets opportunity. Most people wait for opportunity. The Stoic prepares every single day. One book, one workout, one disciplined decision, one saved dollar, one honest conversation, one promise kept. Over time, those tiny decisions create extraordinary lives. The strongest trees don't grow overnight. Neither do successful people. The secret isn't speed. It's consistency. So stop asking, when will success come? Start asking, who am I becoming? Because your future isn't attracted to your wishes. It is attracted to your identity. Rule 3. Protect your mind like your greatest treasure. Imagine owning a treasure worth millions. Would you leave it unguarded? Of course not. Yet every day, millions of people allow negative news, toxic people, social media, fear, comparison, and unnecessary drama to enter their minds without resistance. The Stoics would never allow that. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that the quality of his life depended upon the quality of his thoughts. Whatever enters your mind eventually enters your life. If you constantly feed yourself fear, you'll become fearful. If you constantly consume negativity, your attitude becomes negative. If you constantly compare yourself with others, You'll never appreciate your own progress. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't intentionally plant wisdom, weeds will grow automatically. So ask yourself, what am I watching every day? Who am I listening to? Who influences my thinking? What conversations occupy my mind? Success begins long before money appears. It begins in the invisible world of thought. Your daily thoughts become daily actions. Daily actions become habits. Habits become character. Character becomes destiny. Protect your peace. Protect your attention. Protect your focus. Because your attention is one of the most valuable currencies you possess. Spend it wisely. Rule 4. Learn to love delayed gratification. There is one habit that quietly separates the successful from the average. It isn't talent. It isn't intelligence. It isn't luck. It is the ability to delay gratification. We live in a world that rewards instant pleasure. People want instant money, instant fame, instant relationships, instant results. But nature doesn't work that way. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. A baby doesn't become an adult in 1 week. Even diamonds take years to form under pressure. Why should your success be any different? The Stoics understood that everything worthwhile requires patience. Seneca once wrote that difficult things strengthen the soul. Imagine two people starting the same journey. The first person spends every paycheck on things that impress others. The second person invests in books, skills, and personal growth. 5 years later, the first person still looks successful. The second person actually becomes successful. That's the difference between appearance and reality. Delayed gratification means saying, no, today so your future can say, thank you. It means choosing discipline over comfort, learning over entertainment, saving over spending, growth over excuses. Every time you resist a temptation, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. The Stoics believe that pleasure should never become your master. Because the person who cannot control their desires eventually becomes controlled by them. Ask yourself, what am I sacrificing my future for today? Sometimes the answer is comfort. Sometimes distraction. Sometimes laziness. Choose wisely. Because your future is being built one decision at a time. Rule 5. Your circle determines your destiny. Marcus Aurelius surrounded himself with wise counselors. Why? Because he understood that the people around you influence the person you become. Take a moment and think about your closest friends. Do they inspire discipline? Or excuses? Do they encourage growth? Or gossip? Do they celebrate your progress? Or secretly resent it? The Stoics warned against spending too much time with people whose habits pull you away from virtue. Energy is contagious. Negativity spreads. Fear spreads. Complaining spreads. But so does courage. So does wisdom. So does ambition. If you spend every day around people who believe success is impossible, eventually you'll believe it too. If everyone around you wastes hours scrolling through social media, you'll begin to think that's normal. But if you spend time learning from disciplined people, reading great books, listening to thoughtful conversations, your standards begin to rise. You don't always become what you want. You often become what you're surrounded by. This doesn't mean abandoning people. It means becoming intentional about your influences. Protect your environment. Choose conversations that challenge you. Follow people who inspire wisdom rather than envy. Sometimes your biggest breakthrough comes after changing your environment. Remember this. Your circle can either become your ladder or your cage. Choose carefully. Rule 6. Turn every obstacle into an opportunity. Perhaps this is the greatest lesson Stoicism has ever taught. Most people ask, why is this happening to me? The Stoic asks, what can this teach me? There is an enormous difference. Every setback carries a lesson. Every disappointment contains hidden strength. Every failure introduces a new opportunity to grow. Marcus Aurelius wrote one of the most famous Stoic principles. The obstacle becomes the way. Think about that. The obstacle isn't blocking your path. The obstacle is the path. The rejection teaches resilience. The financial struggle teaches discipline. The heartbreak teaches emotional maturity. The criticism teaches humility. The failure teaches wisdom. Many of history's greatest leaders experienced painful setbacks before achieving greatness. Had they given up during those difficult moments, the world would never have known their names. Life doesn't happen against you. Often, it happens for you. The storm isn't always punishment. Sometimes it's preparation. Steel is strengthened by fire. Gold is purified by heat. Character is built through adversity. The next time something doesn't go according to your plans, pause. Take a deep breath. Then ask yourself, what opportunity is hiding inside this challenge? That single question can transform frustration into purpose, pain into power, loss into wisdom. The Stoic understands that while he cannot always choose his circumstances, he can always choose his response. And sometimes, your response changes everything. #transition. You've now discovered 6 timeless Stoic principles that can completely reshape your mindset. But the final 4 rules are where transformation truly begins. They reveal why some people quietly build wealth, influence, and inner peace while others remain trapped in cycles of worry and distraction. Rule 5. Become comfortable with being uncomfortable. The obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius. One of the greatest secrets of successful people is simple. They don't run from discomfort. Most people quit when life becomes difficult. The Stoic becomes stronger. Every uncomfortable moment is an opportunity to build a stronger version of yourself. Cold mornings, hard conversations, rejection, failure, loneliness. These are not punishments. They are training sessions. Imagine 2 people. One chooses comfort every day, sleeps late, avoids difficult work, runs away from criticism. The other wakes up early, exercises, studies, keeps going even when motivation disappears. 5 years later, who do you think becomes successful? The answer is obvious. Success is simply delayed comfort. Stoicism teaches that your future depends on what you're willing to endure today. If you always choose comfort, you become weak. If you choose growth, life rewards you. Ask yourself daily, what uncomfortable thing should I do today? Maybe it's reading instead of scrolling. Maybe it's saving money instead of spending. Maybe it's apologizing. Maybe it's forgiving someone. Maybe it's starting that business. Growth begins where comfort ends. Rule 6. Guard your time like treasure. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Think about this. Everyone receives exactly 24 hours every day. Rich, poor, successful, unsuccessful. Nobody gets extra hours. The difference is how they spend them. Many people waste years watching other people succeed, scrolling endlessly, arguing online, complaining, waiting for the right moment. The Stoics knew something powerful. Time is your most valuable possession. Money lost can be earned again. Health can sometimes recover. But one wasted day never returns. Imagine your life as a bank account. Every morning, 86,400 seconds are deposited into your account. Every night, whatever you didn't use wisely disappears forever. Wouldn't you become more intentional? Successful people don't merely manage money. They manage time. Try this Stoic exercise. Every evening ask yourself, what did I spend today's hours building? Did your actions move you closer to your goals? Or further away? Small improvements every day create extraordinary results over time. A single focused hour daily becomes hundreds of productive hours every year. That's how wealth is built. That's how wisdom grows. That's how dreams become reality. Protect your mornings. Protect your evenings. Protect your focus. Because your future is hidden inside today's schedule. Transition. We've reached the halfway point. But the final 4 Stoic rules are even more powerful. They teach how to attract opportunities, create lasting wealth, master your emotions, and become the kind of person success naturally follows. If you're finding value in these timeless lessons, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Rise in Silence, and turn on notifications.